What up, guys? I got some old Tranes. This is a problem. I got a blower relay or something going on here. I never found a thermostat. This is kind of an old warehouse type building. So they said there was a smell, but again, old warehouse, they don't know anything about a smell right now. So this guy keeps cutting on and off every, he said 30 seconds or so. Sounds okay once it gets started. If it would just stay started, that's not gonna do it. So let's pop our panel off, see what's inside. So I do have some kind of flash code on my RTRM. There's my blower contactor. That looks nice. Looks like both compressors are still connected. So that could be a problem. Why my blower signal should come, it's got to come from RTRM. Look at that heating board. These are old units. So let's get a meter out and get in here and see. I've obviously got 3-phase because the blower's running, but something with my control voltage there on the blower contactor. I'm feeling raindrops now too. So I got no call for the blower. Let's give it a second. Do have 24 volts. Come on now. I have an RTRM messing up. I don't know if I've ever seen one do this before. Well, come on. One more time. You ain't stopped since you got here. So I got no voltage coming from the thermostat. I'm obviously getting voltage here somehow, because my damn contactor's pulling in. One more time. Yep, there's your voltage. I'm getting some kind of voltage from there. Like I said, voltage is gonna come from my RTRM board, which has a lockout right now. Let's do something here. We can jump it out and test if we need to. It's almost got to be that board because the board's not getting a signal from the stat. So let's not jump common because that would be a bad idea. Let's jump red. And I'm getting nothing jumping my green blower. Lockout, it was warm yesterday, so lockout is probably something on the compressor side, maybe cooling lockout. Somebody's been in here. I got taps. There's your contact. So let me keep digging. Something weird is going on here. I got a steady 29 volts. To what? There it is, 490. I mean, that thing would be humming if I didn't have 3-phase. Yeah. So, what the hell is my blower doing? Let me trace my wires and figure out where it comes from. and then we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and kill the power. So that thing will shut up. We'll look at that contactor. It's probably burnt up now too, just from cycling like that. So if we look at our diagram, F, I'll go over here. F is going to show us the indoor fan contactor. This side here is going to be common, and we can see J1 pin 11 is going to be 64A black. There's my J1. If we count down 11, it's going to be that one there, 64A. So I need to get my meter on there and see if it's putting voltage out. It obviously is periodically. It's got to be one of these relays on the board because it comes straight from that board. There's nothing else in between, and it's that wire there. Just make sure the contactor coil isn't dropping us out or anything, so we'll get hooked up here, see if I've got a good signal. Don't know why. I don't know, we'll kick it back on in a minute and see what happens. We did go ahead and pull my Y1 or 2, whatever the hell that is. Let's check here and see why the fan call that I don't have low voltage coming in is dropping out. Now there was no lockout on my heating board, so I think that's going to be okay. Let's kick it back on. .28 volts. It's on my fan call. So I got something wrong with our contactor. Might still have something wrong with the board because I just kicked it back on. My code's gone. You know what? Trane uses a triac, so I might not actually have. Gotta check it with it on. Because of how they do the triac, it's gotta be connected to actually read that voltage. Don't ask me to explain it. I've seen it a million times and still haven't been able to really wrap my brain around it, but it's not going to do it now. Okay. So there's my 29 volts. If we pull the wire off, I still show 29 volts. Now I'm really confused. Why would the blower drop out with the RTRM board? It's kind of moving variously on there. I'm scared to put it in test mode. Nothing else looks too out of the ordinary. You got your usual oil spots down here on the condenser. It's probably leaking. Somebody's had gauges on the thing, or at least on circuit 2. Oh, son of a bitch. I got pressure there. Could have had a leak repaired or something. These are typical leakers down here on the headers. So you can see the clamp here. What happens is, you can see that just with the blower running, that discharge line's vibrating a little bit. there. That's not even a discharge line, that's a liquid line. Getting ready to touch right there. These discharge line with these compressors cycle, it jars those discharge lines. So they started actually clamping them here, and there's a certain weight kit that they put weights on the lines to hold them in place better. Those are rubbing. That's a problem waiting to happen. Let's try to test this thing out. God bless. Let's see if it won't test. It ain't gonna test from there. I just slipped and shorted my 24 volts. I believe that's gonna be my test J8. So if we take that off and see what kind of metal I got in my pocket to jump it out here. When it goes into test, the RTRM will flash. It's not going to go into test from there either. It doesn't like my screwdriver. Yeah. Something not right about this. I don't know which relay actually controls the board. Still not gonna go in the test. Somebody stripped the wires. Be a call for heat. It ain't working either. We got all kinds of problems. I mean, I'm sure the heat exchanger cracked. I think their main concern was the noise. They got a big warehouse it's all open. Old building that, hell, he said he's missing thermostats and everything else, so let's pop this. We'll give it a heat call. Let's see if we're getting any voltage coming. So voltage for our inducer should come out there, and then you got power in, and there's your igniter. I mean, the relay. This board's jacked, and they need a new board there. I still can't explain the blower. I'm not sure about that, so it's fucking weird. Let's get over here and see what we got. Well, that could have been their Bernie smell too. Look at that. Like he's talking to me. Well, that ain't good. You can see the windings inside there. I don't know how well y'all can, but these windings are black. That motor's burnt up. Igniter's not in there. Igniter was getting hot, because it's hot right now. It ain't cracked, but it's about to be. It ain't gonna last long like that. So we got an inducer motor burnt up. We got a bad capacitor, obviously. It still spins. It ain't gonna spin with the new capacitor. Ain't helping that guy. I can smell it. So That's probably what my lockout was the heat lockout. We'll get in and look at the blower. I can't explain that stuff. I've never seen one go off and on like that constantly. Let's get this panel off and look at the heat exchanger. Unless it's been replaced, it's going to be cracked. There is all kinds of crack. Yeah, y'all can't see it on the condenser. That condenser's plugged all to hell. I don't know what the end goal for them here is either, but we've definitely got some problems. So let's look at the heat exchanger and the blower first, and then we can kind of go from there. We'll have to ohm out the compressor and see if it's okay. I don't know how many people have had their hands on this thing over 30 years, or even how old this thing is. Let's see. I don't know about that model number. Or the serial number. Might be a 2010. There he goes. There's a startup date, 06. So it's not a 2010. So it's an old one. Blower went off. Wonder if maybe it fired. It got its time delay, and then the blower was cycling because of a limit or something, maybe. I mean, it's time delays in the RTRM. I don't know that the blowers keep running. You know, sometimes the blowers will keep running if you got a limit trip or something. We got our hands full with this one. I don't know how far we're gonna go. We're gonna check a few more things. Like I said, blower, heat exchanger, we'll ohm out this compressor and see. I mean, they need a miracle. At least we can try to make something. Well, I can't even make something run for them. Get one compressor maybe. At least get them a blower motor. It's pretty cold in there, so some people let things go to hell. I don't know how long this building's been occupied. Blower seems okay. Belt's reasonably tight. I don't know what kind of manufacturing or what they were doing. There's a whole lot of dust and crap. I don't see any oil on the evaporator anywhere. Filters are plugged, obviously, because why would you change filters? We'll work our way around. Take a look at the heat exchanger. Yeah. Good Lord. Oh, come on, light. I don't really need to look too much more. She cracked somewhere. She cracked everywhere. Look at that. I mean, it's all rust. These heat exchangers are tough, man, but goddamn. There's your problem right there. Should have been black and yellow. Seam over there doesn't look too good. Nothing looks good. Can't believe it feels as intact as it is, but it's done. I mean, this front plate's done too. Those screws are probably stripped out and they won't tighten down. That's why the igniter's hanging in there like that. So these guys are gonna have some decisions to make. Let's get all the information we can get as far as what all's wrong. That way we can give them a full write-up. You know, if you want to repair something like this, you need a board, you need a combustion motor, heat exchanger, igniter, you need the front plate, so you need the whole assembly there. I mean, blower seems okay. I'd probably go ahead and recommend, for whatever reason, never seen that before. Tell me if y'all have, but a blower cycle like that on one of these Tranes. Not sure what caused that. Then we got possible leaks down here. We've got a compressor that may or may not be okay, but its contactor's definitely not okay. And see where we go from there. Like I said, if nothing else, it's a big warehouse, we can leave a blower running. We'll just pull all the rest of our low voltage wires, that way we don't get a lockout. Because for whatever reason, the lockouts seem to be causing the blower contactor to chatter. Somebody else has had their hands on it, because I got screws here. Both of these panels only had one screw in them. So I don't know what's been done, but I'm sure the crankcase heaters are bad too. Yeah, neither crankcase heater is warm. And I actually, like a dumbass, didn't turn it back off. Should have locked it out right there. So let's check a couple more things. Get a good eye on that heat exchanger with maybe a DeWalt light or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I got rain coming down now. It's not going to get any better. I honestly did not find an actual crack in that heat exchanger, which is almost unbelievable. Compressor seems to home out okay. I mean, I bet it'll run. We need to get a look at the blower contactor first. I'm sure they got, I mean, both stages have refrigerant in it. All that's just concerning. You can see it on that other discharge line. That doesn't look awful. Well, that could sound worse. I'm not going to push that guy in. Seems like a bad idea. We're going to do like I said, unhook all of this. The blower should be okay to run for now. We've got a whole lot of problems here, so they're going to have to make some decisions on what they want to do. I don't know what the goal was with them calling us with the condition of all these units. I mean, hell, these are all probably about the same age. Condenser coils are beat up on those carriers. They always are. We got two same old guys over there. Looks like some newer units up front. I bet those are their offices that they had to have running at some point, so they replaced them. And we're getting to the point where it's going to be time for this guy to go. Like I said, I think the compressors are running. We'll have to turn them on, have a clean coil, and be able to check the charge to do anything. It's about 45-50 degrees out today, so I'm not going to get too accurate, and I'm not going to go throwing a contactor at something with all the other problems that it has. So there goes the blower. It sounds better. Let's go ahead and get rid of cooling wires and heating wires, since nothing's going to be operational at this point. That stage 2 might have been, but I'm not worried about making a stage 2 run. Is that a gray wire? I guess it is. Alright, so I'm going to leave that one at this. I'm going to let the blower run for them, and then we're going to go and talk to them and see what they want to do. This is an old building. They got some decisions to make. You basically have to rebuild at least the heating section with the heating board, and then contactors, and check everything out from there. Still don't know about that RTRM. That's weird, but it seems to have corrected itself. It's probably one of these relays sticking, one of these blower relays, I would assume. Well, that was fun. Leave a tray better than you found it, guys. See y'all next time.